Hey, it's Debbie Potts, and I'm on a mission to improve how I age from the inside out, working at a cellular level. So, if you're similar to my age, 50 something now, or if you're even before that, hopefully, when you start aging in your 40s, you're starting to think about how I can recreate myself today to be the best version of myself in the future. When I'm 70, when I'm 80, when I'm 90, how do I visualize myself living life? I visualize myself living short time in Europe, traveling the world, climbing hills, climbing stairs without assistance, getting up and down off the floor with ease. Kind of similar to what Peter Attia talks about in his book Outlive on creating our Olympics for the 100-year-olds. What should we be able to do? Get up, lift yourself out of a pool, get up off the ground. All these simple things. You might want to create your own list of events you want to compete in when you're 100 years old. So, part of what we talk about as FDN practitioners, and I'm also a nutritional therapy practitioner, is working on improving our foundations, working on identifying external sources of chronic stress and identifying hidden sources of chronic stress internally that impact our hormones, immune system, detoxification, your digestive system, your energy systems, and your nervous system. Hidden internal sources of chronic stress can be a result of combination of our external stressors and accumulating with our beaker of stress from the addition of our internal sources of chronic stress. So all of these stressors inside and out accumulate and pile in our beaker of stress. So we have this overfilling of our stressors. Too much of anything, externally and internally, all add up into one stress beaker. Overfill, we have this dysfunction and imbalances in our body. I want to improve how I age at a cellular level. Part of that is working on my lifestyle habits. We call it the DRESS protocol in FDN, working on your diet, rest, your exercise, stress management, and supplement where you're not getting enough of through your nutrition. Nutrient dense whole foods, balancing your blood sugar, working on metabolic typing, as well as working on the foundations. We talk about nutritional therapy, balancing your blood sugar, getting your minerals, working on supporting your liver and your adrenals, and of course, always starting with a nutrient dense whole foods diet, hopefully animal based if you can. All right, with that, I'm interested in the cellular level part. I've been talking a lot about the vagal nerve and how the vagal nerve is connected to all these functions in our body to help with digestion, liver detoxification, gut health, heart health, all that. The skin and the gut. I just did a few recordings on that. Talked to William Davis. Podcast is out soon on our skin health, working on the gut health, and L-reuteri probiotic as I make my super gut yogurt. But what else can we do? When I'm working on Pinoy metabolism testing, I'm looking at how well does your metabolism work at rest and during exercise, various intensity levels. Are you metabolically flexible, working on your fat metabolism and your carbohydrate metabolism? And as we increase your exercise intensity, we're seeing fuel switches. How do you create energy? In the mitochondria, we create ATP. How do we increase how much mitochondria we have? We talk a lot about that. How do we have this improvement in a cellular health? Well, part of that, we're talking about NAD. So through NIAGEN is something I was taking years ago and just started taking it again because my motivation to improve how I age, working from the inside out. So if we go into the role of NAD, led me back to taking True Niagen. As a 50-something-year-old, I want to thrive as I age and not struggle. As I watch my dad pass away, watch my mom aging and her body changing, and all of her friends having health issues. I am working on creating metabolic harmony. All of our body organs and functions work together. In traditional medicine, my dad's doctor had a heart disease doctor, had a heart attack 10 years before he passed. He had a kidney doctor before he passed away, and he had a cancer doctor. They're all working on different things, not thinking the body as a whole and put the missing pieces of the puzzle together so you're thriving. It does come in handy, but we got to look at the root cause and figure out what is missing at the cellular level. Part of that investigation leads me to not just a vagal nerve, but NAD metabolism, and how and what declines as we age. So I say all the time, don't blame the aging process, embrace the changes, and we need to do things a little differently. Our metabolism is supposed to slow down as we age, but how can we reverse or slow the aging process and speed up our metabolism? Lifting weights, prioritizing protein. How do we increase energy, NAD levels? So looking at how NAD works is something I'll do on a series of podcasts, but strategies for boosting NAD levels, diet, calorie restriction. We tend to do that too much as high performing individuals and athletes. Exercise, we're doing that. NAD precursors as true NIAGEN, we'll talk about targeting NAD plus, consuming biosynthetic enzymes, the PAR genes. I just was looking at this PARP, and enhancing circadian rhythm. These are strategies, this article says, to boost NAD levels. If you look up top, altered NAD metabolism, NAD level decline, speeds up aging. Nutrition, lifestyle changes, therapeutic intervention can restore NAD levels. Potential health benefits, the brain, improved brain function, protection from neurodegeneration. I'm going to also do a series this year on cognitive decline, how we can avoid that, improve our brain health. Vasculature, increased neurovascularization, capillary density and blood flow, improved liver function, reduced hepatic steatosis, and increased capacity to regenerate in the liver. Muscle, reduced atrophy, enhanced mitochondria function, increased physical activity. This is where my pinoate metabolism testing comes in handy when we're doing an RMR test, an exercise test, and we want to see what's happening at rest. So sample reports we can look at, and pinoate metabolism testing, we'll see that we're getting these different markers impacting your future self, your resting metabolism, your fat burn efficiency, metabolic fitness, heart, lung, and breathing analysis. So we want to check out what you're doing to improve how you age. If we look at sample reports for the exercise, we can see similar markers, but at various intensity levels, we start to get analysis on your cardiovascular health. How well do you perform at higher levels? So we're using different fuel sources, recovery capacity. How well does your heart rate come down after you go to your peak VO2? How well are you burning fat at the lower levels when we're warming up, zone 1 and zone 2? How efficient are you moving? How is your metabolism working, metabolic rate? And then we have some breath analysis. How well are you breathing? So if we tie that back to the role of NAD, how it's related to muscle health, enhanced mitochondrial function, increased physical activity, there is my first connection to improving our RMR report and our exercise report. What if we supplement with NAD or something as true NIAGEN or their new IV NIAGEN, if this will help me? Also, we can see NAD helps improve the beta cell function, increases our insulin secretion, and reduced inflammation. So if we look at common areas of opportunity, what happens as we age, what amount of that can be controlled by taking supplements, changing our lifestyle habits, how we exercise, how we eat, when we eat, all these different things that we can do by choice. You know, you have to do the lifestyle habits. It doesn't come in a magic pill. You actually have to do the work and take ownership of your health and ownership of your future self. So this is all a choice. So if I want to improve NAD levels, because look how much they are impacted in how I age. And then I didn't get to adipose tissue, prevention insulin resistance. So if we have increase in insulin resistance, we just did some videos on insulin resistance. But the role of NAD, I keep coming back to it. So then I started diving into true NIAGEN. So they have the precursor that helps us increase NAD production. So NAD plus plays a vital role in the processes in our body that we just went over in the infographic. NAD plus helps create cellular energy and supports cellular repair throughout our trillions of cells and throughout our body. So, what do you want to do to improve your future self? I want to have all these benefits. So, I think I would like to know more research on how this works and how I can test and not guess. Am I getting enough NAD? Is that part of my limiting factors? If we look at severe limitations, this is a sample report, but what's holding me back from being my best self? So we can look at that. I also had another image on the role of this NAD and the involvement sirtuins, PARP genes, and sirtuins we talk a lot about, but NAD plus, NADs in all these functions. So we need NAD. So we'll talk to hopefully do an interview on NAD, but how they have these different stick packs, but supplements. I've been trying to do one in the morning, one at night, and trying to break that up to increase my NAD production, help maintain these levels. And I think as an aging athlete that exercises daily, I have the genetics too that will help. I need to support my genetics by having more antioxidants. And if you look at my clarity reports that I have on my genetics, that is something, whoops, I can't get that off, but looking at my genetic reports, that is something else to correlate the missing pieces of my health puzzle together so I can create my ideal self in the future. So we're seeing what is my goal plan now. What should I be doing to improve my future self, right? So looking at your genetics, looking at your metabolism test, looking at your functional lab test, see what I need to do more of. So True Niagen, check out their website. We're going to do some extra videos with them, and I'll do some more education trying to understand the role of NAD in our body. So if you're like me and I was asking, well, why do I need that? How does that work? What does that do in my body? We can see this list of the function in our body. Niagen, or nicotinamide riboside, increases NAD plus more efficiently than other NAD precursors. Helps support cellular function, energy production, DNA repair, supports cellular health, brain health function, muscle health, cardiovascular health. Helps maintain essential NAD levels for muscular and mitochondria health, which is what led me down this path to find out how I can improve my mitochondria. And it always comes back to NAD, part of the solution, not the only thing, but part of the plan. Helps support cellular resiliency to mitigate the effects of daily stressors on the body, especially for active and age-related challenges. So my goal on this channel is help us be fit and healthy from the inside out as we age, creating metabolic harmony. This is one part that you may need to supplement. So we're not over supplementing, can't out supplement poor lifestyle habits. But what do we get less of as we age? Looking at these benefits, healthy aging, looking at why we need to supplement with certain supplements is something you ask yourself. What am I taking now? Why am I taking that? What do I really need? So this is something I'm curious about. I'm working on my health and how I age. So I don't want to be having this decline that happens between age 30 and 70. So I'm already 53 years old and I need to really work on, right, at age 70, I've been kicking butt. My friends are turning 70 and they look pretty damn good. So I think some things to look at to be even better at age 70, taking something as NAD plus precursors. If you want to learn more, let me know and I'll do some more single videos, but check out TrueNiagen.com. And I took a little quiz. My quiz, I need the 1,000 mg version for being active and having stress in my life and needing more oxidative stress support. So the NAD 1000, it's going to be 2 capsules to get 1,000 milligrams. That's what I need to do. So check out the options for you. Remember, we're all different, but this is what my body needs based on my requirements. So let me know if you have questions. We'll dive deeper into the role of NAD plus and check out how this can help with your metabolism. How can we help with our mitochondria function and improve our endurance? And of course, fat burning efficiency, oxygen, or energy production. So let's go down that rabbit hole together. Let me know if you want to experiment with me. N=1 experiment, but let's embrace aging process and support where our body at a cellular level where we're missing the ingredients on our own.